What we're talking about, then yes, we're getting ready for Jubilee Day, and it's going to be hot tomorrow, but that's okay. I'm sure there are plenty of ways to stay cool, whether it's those slushies or whatever you may be getting. You can find ways to stay cool, and I'm sure there are ways that you can tuck in the shade too if you do plan to go to Jubilee Day. Why not? It happens one day out of the entire year. The hourly forecast, we are in the lower 90s. We will be dropping down in the 70s too, and I know something that we kind of neglect a lot. We always focus on the peak high temperature of the day. But what hurts our electric bills too is that we're not cooling at night now. Our lows are going to be in the 70s instead of the mid 60s where they should be. And we'll talk about that here momentarily. Lancaster, we see the haze. Fayette Meadow School District, we've got a ball game going on, and I'm sure you got several of those coolers. Do we still use those coolers? I remember using that a lot when we're talking sports there. That was probably 25 years ago though. Satellite and radar to show you that one thing that we are lacking, even though we're under this persistent heat, is rain. And that's unfortunate as we see that continuing for us too. I know last week I was saying, let's see what rain we can get now because it's not going to be providing much. And yes, we will see that occasional rogue storm like we did the last 2 days. But for a lot of us, we stay dry, and you can start to see the effects that we see in the lawns and especially some of those fields, those agriculture fields too. Currents, these is not what it feels like. These are true air temperatures. We're 93 in Harrisburg, 92 in Carlisle, 89 in Louisville. So even if we're not in the 90s, we're so close. But look how refreshing it is off to the west. It's so close, but it's just not going to reach us. So we're still under this ridge of high pressure that will continue. As a matter of fact, it's only going to be getting hotter now the next couple of days. I think the peak of this persistent heat happens tomorrow and lasts into the weekend for us too. Now, I was talking dew points. If we're going to be in the 90s moving forward, let's start looking at dew points, and maybe that'll help us determine maybe when we want to spend a little more time outside, where we start to feel it. Yes, it is humid, but not tropical as we move into Thursday and Friday. Saturday, we certainly feel it, and then we get a little bit of a drop, and I would say we certainly feel a noticeable drop in the humidity by about next Monday and Tuesday. So your 3-day forecast, I would say this is going to be the true hot stretch for us Thursday, Friday, and Saturday when we are near record heat. Let's move into the weekend too, where there is a chance we will say stray storms. And again, if we can get a few to fire up, that'd be great. We're not all going to be experiencing it. Valerie and Alicia, moving into next week, we do see a little bit of a drop in the humidity, but we still continue with the 90-degree heat.
All right, thank you, Eric. Baseball is mourning the loss of a legend.